Okay, welcome back to the channel. I just thought I'd just take you along for a little cheeky little one night I managed to squeeze in. So here I am at a place called Walridge. I've been here before. Apologies if you don't really see, it's probably on this little camera, but I'm still learning how to use it, so I've just come in for one night. I just thought I'd just take you along and just show you what the routine I get through when I go for a little one nighter. The weather isn't the best, to be fair. It's a typical bank holiday, it's a Sunday, but it's pretty quiet. I've been here before, very popular with the dog walkers, so I just thought I'd take you along and show how long. I've only arrived about 10 minutes ago, to be fair. A few things I want to talk about, so hopefully you can join us in that conversation. So one of the first things I usually do is, apart from tidying my mess up, is get a beer out. Let's see what we've got. You see that there? Estrella. Always tastes fabulous on holiday, doesn't it, Estrella? But it doesn't taste that nice when you get home, but it's been a while since I've had one. So I thought I'd pick one up and give it a little whirl. So I've done a little shop at Iceland. God, I wouldn't make a barmaid, would I? All the through. Cheers. Reminds you of a holiday. Excuse me. So, what have we got for tonight's tea? Done a little shop at Iceland. Brush up, pin some bits out the fridge, head home. So we have, get them out first rather than messing it out. I went for a bit of holiday theme. I'll show you them. Not very good at this stuff, aren't I? Let's have a look. Can you see that? Mediterranean style vegetables, belly pork slices, and an Estrella beer to wash it all down. So I'll stick it back over here and let's try that one. Yeah, so that's for tonight's tea. I've busy got the TV trying to tune stuff in. One of the things I have to do if I want to watch a bit of television is when I go home from a place, I switch everything off and obviously I lose all the channels on the TV and have to retune it. To be honest, that area on the roof, it's not the best. But you know, I don't always watch TV. DVDs really. I always kind of get a handful from, what they call it? Charity shops. You know, 5 DVDs for a tenner. You watch them a couple of times and we're chucking away really. They're cheap enough to buy now. Excuse me, I'm being a bit of a heathen there. A couple of things I want to talk about really. A couple of things I need to get off my chest. Just what's been going on in the news. First thing I want to talk about is it takes me back to the pre-COVID times when I decided that I had enough of the TV and the BBC. Best thing I done in my health was get rid of the television licence, which I did do, because the main channels, especially the BBC, they just tell you an absolute pack of lies. They drip feed you propaganda. So I thought for my mental health, the best thing I can do is to get rid of my TV licence. And I've done it properly. I've done it through the website and everything else, and they still plague me every month. They still threaten me every month. They still cause me alarm, harassment and distress every month. That's just the way it is with the BBC. But I've done it properly, and ever since then I do not watch live television or the various formats of live television, which opened up the world to YouTube. So I get my news, I dip it out on YouTube. It really has opened my eyes on various organisations and everything else, because YouTube can give you that. You can more or less pick what you want. Yes, you got to watch the adverts, but how else is YouTube going to survive? And I found myself on YouTube now making videos documenting my little journey and my little travels. So I don't always get the time to do 2 or 3 nights away, because it can be quite expensive really, and I live right on the coast, so you've lost kind of 50% of your demographic where you can go to really. Like, so I've got 1 or 2 places I go to if I just want a little one night, half an hour away from home, you know, not a great deal of cost involved, a little bit of food, wine, a beer, maybe it's a wine even. So getting back to YouTube, by the way, if you can, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't cost you anything. There's lots of people I now follow that I never used to follow, used to watch, and just watch their lifestyle and what they think about camper vanning and all, everything that goes on with that, and the joys and the pitfalls it can bring, and picking up ideas and inspiration from YouTube and everything else that goes with it. And one thing with YouTube's I found is that, you know, AI's like on YouTube, it can drip feed you stuff that's always in the media, politics, hatred, racism, all sort of stuff. And don't get us wrong, the other side of YouTube, there's lots of really good stuff on there. Massive learning education tool. I think you should use YouTube in schools as an education vehicle, but that's a story for another day. Just getting back to politics, everyone's got a view on politics. Is one of the subjects you've got to be careful of, sadly, nowadays. It splits families, it splits neighbourhoods, you know. Nobody knows anything about anything, but we're all opinionated on everything, if that makes sense. Even on the dinner tables now, it's such a diverse subject, politics. But I've watched a couple of people on YouTube over the last couple of years, and you've got to kind of put your flag into their camp and follow them, watch their views and everything else. There's a few people I follow, and they've decided to distance themselves from politics because they're getting dragged down a road where the state are getting involved, which, you know, I don't find it frightening. I find it actually mind-blowing, really. You know, people are getting persecuted for telling the truth. What I've found over the years, when it becomes a certain subject or an issue becomes the truth, it becomes an arrestable offence. So I've always voted. I've never ever voted Labour. I've been majority of my adult life I've lived in the northeast, and you never vote Labour and you live in the northeast. Labour for me have never done anything for the working man for the last 20-30 years. Sadly, you know, a lot of people are starting to see that now, you know, and is it too late? I don't know. Is the country that infected with hatred and poor attitudes that we can't change now? Are we at that stage now? I really don't know. And the other one is, I'm not going to details because it's early days. Something big happened in the northeast the last couple of days where a juvenile sadly lost his life, you know, and we're going to think about him and his family doing their, you couldn't even think about the journey they're going to go on for the rest of their life now after they've lost their little one. I'm not going to mention it because it's rude to do so and I don't want to get into trouble, etc, etc. But what I will say is that for somebody who has been on the receiving end of such poor and violent hatred attitudes from feral youths where I live, I strongly believe that the police are frightened of them, because police are absolutely frightened of them. They can come and kick my door in all day, but they're frightened of school kids. They're so frightened of them that they go to schools to educate them. There's not enough punishment. Kids now, I think, not all of them, I mean, got some good kids, but feral gangs are used, go around in packs, and you know, you just got to look down to London for that sort of behaviour you get. We're getting that in the northeast now. It's always been in the northeast, but the hunting packs, and you know, it frightens me sometimes because I've had a different reaction dealing with situations, whether it's just out of fear, whether it's just out of bravado, I really don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to get banging on about that, but just two little subjects I want to get on my chest. Something has to be done with the feral youth of today. It's as simple as that. People are now losing their lives. People are frightened to leave their homes, you know, which is absolutely wrong. But you know, that's another issue that goes on and on and on. But anyway, that's what I'm here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to sit here. The television looks like it's tuned some stations in. Let's have a look. Wants to know if I'm England or the northeast and everything else. Yeah. So it appears we've got. I mean, I'm going to turn it down because.
Just about okay. Would have been a bit anxious.
Excuse me. It's only snooker. Which is enough for anybody to sleep, really, isn't it? But anyway, so I'll pick up. I'm going to have a bit of food and join us, really. Join us in a bit of food. See what I do when I pull up somewhere. I mean, I'm usually pretty tidy from my last one. All I try to do is make as neat and tidy as possible. So when I do decide to get away for the night, I can just chuck a bit of food in and away I go. Right, I'm going to eat now actually because I'm pretty hungry. (2:15), late Sunday lunch. Why not? Right, let's get some food on the go, shall we? Right, I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. But we shall give it a go. Putting the oven on would help. Oh, it hasn't come on. Yeah, that's on now. And pre that oven because I think these are going to take a bit of time. Let's have a look. 22 minutes. There we are. I'm just going to stick it down over here. Yeah, we'll go kind of a routine really when I come to these places. Right. I washed my hands earlier. I always do that before food. Let's have a look. Put this tea towel over the shoulder because pre-oven, cost mod 6, 22 minutes. So let's have a knife. Put a small one somewhere. Pretty quiet here now, like, so. Plus the weather's not the best, so then you look like we have a quiet night. When I stayed here before, and it has been quiet during the night, but what I found is about 6 in the morning, the dog water's come along, and for some reason, you know, they like to look alright, don't they? I mean, they're probably half the size by the time they cook, so I'm going to slam them in for 20 odd minutes. Oh, wait a minute. First cut up. Yeah, about 6 in the morning the dog water's come along. And for some reason I slammed the doors on the car doors, you know, 4 or 5 times just to make sure the door's shut, you know. And the park right beside you, even though the car park's pretty massive, but anyway. They're allowed to be here as much as I am, I suppose. Right, so we've got them in. So we're going to give them 20 minutes on one side. Vegetarian style vegetables. So we're going to need a pan for that. A bit of a stir-fried pan. No, frying pan. Yeah, I do want it. Give it a little wipe. Spray it with a bit of sunflower oil. I'm not going to fire her up yet because he's on the cheek. Let's have a look. Cooking all the oven cook. So I made a cock up there, they're going to have to go in the oven. That's alright, I've got a tray there anyway, preheating. I can maybe use how long do these need? Let's have a look. These are going to need 30 minutes. Oh Jesus. Right. I'll start again, shall I? I'm going to take that out of there. Yeah. I'll put that back in the oven. I'm going to pre-warm that tray. Oh, it's already warm. Result. Oh, probably too much for me there, but there we are. Stick that in the bin in a minute. So. Alright, don't I? I'll just bring in and have a look. Check it out. Right. It's alright. Spin around with the view I've got around here, look. Fantastic views, like. Pretty about the clouds, but it really is a cracking little spot. I've been a bit cheeky actually. I mean, I could have come further over, but I thought I'd kind of use this here and put my chair out. My chair? Here's for the wind noise. I'll not put my chair out because I don't think I'm going to get out in it, to be honest with you. That'll be not too good. But I'll get rid of this rubbish while we're walking about. It's always pretty clean, this car park, I must admit. It's a popular one. There's like 3 different car parks in various levels. I've only ever stayed in this one. So, I mean, it's fabulous walk around here. Had a look walk around the last time, actually. I might go for a walk later. You know, I'm not really sure where it's been, to be honest. It really is popular, like, you know. So but yeah, it's a cracking little spot. Just a pity the weather wasn't too good. And it looks like sunny over there. It's always the case, isn't it? When you park up somewhere and you see somewhere sunny. But some fantastic views around here. I think they're just all little pit villages scattered around the northeast. Well, not tell lies, I'll take that back. The little pit villages around this area. On Cheshire Street. We're in between Cheshire Street and Durham, basically. A place called Pitty Me, Walridge, them sort of places. So that's where we are. So we'll go back inside and see what's happening. So, just grab me beer. We'll just let that cook. While I'm watching brain numbing TV. I'm not watching snooker. Let's have a look. Women's Super Football? No. I think that beer could have been a bit colder. Let's have a look. Racing from Newmarket? The Simpsons? No. Inside the Tower of London? No. Celebrity catchphrase? Couldn't think of anything worse. Sending the dogs? Oh God. Place in the sun? I often think them things shows are staged, to be fair. You know, well, let's be honest, all mainstream television, all bloody staged, isn't it? So there's probably some music on, but I'm not going to listen to music at the moment. I'm just going to feed my face, tidy up, and have a bit of much around the van. That's about it, really. So hopefully you can join us next when the food's cooking or cooked. Cheers. Right, you join me back. I think everything is cooked. So have a little tidy up first. See what we've got. Pull for the table. Right, let's have a look. It smells absolutely lovely. I do say so myself. Oh, I'm going to have to be brave. Mediterranean style cooked vegetables. Oh. One's tried to escape. With barbecue style. Oh, my glasses are all steamed up. Belly pork. They look nice. I did turn them over earlier, so they should be cooked evenly. Clearly hot. I do need another beer to help wash it down. What's this one? Oh god, I can't even pronounce that. Perlenbacher? Is it a German beer? You tell me, I don't know. But it's nice and chilled, this one. This is what it's all about for me. Cooking a little bit of food, beer. A little bit of salt from the stolen sachet from Wetherspoons. I bring in and we'll have a look at this. Right, I'm going to enjoy this. Well, good morning all. Let's go for a little wander around, shall we? Not a bad night last night. But let's have a wander around, shall we? Lovely fresh morning up here, right on the top. As usual, the dog water's got a park right beside you and slam the bloody car doors. So let's have a wander around. Excuse me. I haven't really done any research as in what this place could have been in the past. But judging by the lie of the land, the paths, I think it's been an old pit. Obviously decommissioned many years ago. So we're just going to go for a walk. Stretch the legs. Good thing about being where I was parked up, I managed to get a really good television signal, which is not always the case. So I ended up watching a couple hours of Rising Damp. It is of its time, as they say, with the racial innuendos, the sexual innuendos. But that's what it was back then. Still quite entertaining to watch, to see how far television has come or hasn't come, whatever the case may be. This is a fabulous spot. Yeah, look at this. But anyway, we're just going to go for a wander. Now, I haven't uploaded anything on my channel for about a week now. The reason being, I've been using this new camera that we have now. And I'm learning the process of using CapCut. I'm just going to keep it nice and easy, really. So I'm having a bit of a lesson off my son later on today about cutting and editing and joining. So hopefully I'll get something up this week from this new camera, and see what it's like, you know. The whole idea really is just document my activities, really, and what I do. Try to do more of this. No reason not to, really. Like this venue, half an hour away from your home. There's probably lots of little hidden gems all over the place. You know, I do try to just use Park4Night, really. Search for sites, all the usuals, really. Find these little places. The upside, excuse me, is that they're free, you know. The downside is that obviously get a lot of traffic coming and going, cars slamming doors, this, that and the other. But you know, everybody else is allowed to use it, so why shouldn't they enjoy these trails? I do use campsites occasionally, but I just think they're so expensive now for what you get. I mean, I don't need 240 hookup, even though it's got on my van. The majority, if not all of my usage on my van is 12 volt. You know, when I designed the system, I designed to keep it nice and simple. I don't want air fryers. I don't want microwaves. Certainly don't need coffee machines or bloody trouser presses and all that sort of stuff. You might as well just stay at home. But even so, get them on the campsites, if you just park on a hard standing and you don't use any facilities, yes, it's nice to use their shower, but I have a shower on board. But some of the places now, 25, 35, 45, some are £50 a night. Am I not seeing the logistics involved in running these sites? Yes, they cost a lot of money to run, but I just simply wouldn't afford to start again. I just simply wouldn't pay that sort of money, you know. I looked at one last week. I mean, I dive on PitchUp now and again. There's one on last week. It's hard standing, without electricity hookup. Again, I don't need it. But I had a full use of a hot tub. And it was £100 a night. That's a frightening £100 a night to park your camper van on their land and use their hot tub. Whew. That's frightening, that. How can people afford to pay that? They must be paying it because they're charging it. There was bookings and there was availability. One thing I noticed about the microphone on this camera, it's really sensitive. So it's picking up a lot of my heavy breathing, laboured breathing. Trying to talk and walk is hard work. But I need to pick up my pace when walking because I'm having a few little health issues, all self-inflicted. You know, I don't blame anybody else. I'm not only tired of blokes, oh, it's because of this and it's because of that, and all that carry on. So, apologies for that. But you had a quiet night last night. So you just stayed in. The weather wasn't the best, to be fair. It's better now. The weather wasn't the best. Started to rain. I was going to get my little fire out, but didn't really get the opportunity with the weather being not the best. I haven't got a clue where I'm going here. Shall we go right or shall we go straight on? I think we'll go straight on for a bit. One of the issues I have is that I haven't been diagnosed with depression, but you can certainly see the signs of depression now and again. You know, they creep up on you. And challenging them can be difficult, but when you look at the outside, it's so easy to challenge and overcome. So and one thing that's always worked for me and is working for me is getting out and about. I've noticed now I struggle in venues who really have large crowds. I've always had issues with me hearing since I've been a young boy, but I'm noticing large screen on a packed pub, good atmosphere, you know, nice pub, conversations flowing, no music, because the music's so loud in some venues you can't bloody understand it. But you know what I mean, you get the picture. And I struggle to hear because the voices are so loud. I struggle to hear. I don't enjoy it. I don't feel vulnerable, I just feel as though I can't participate. Sometimes I feel a bit ignorant and somebody I'm talking to, they're telling us they're part of a conversation. Sometimes I just can't decipher what they're saying. I can hear them. So maybe that's me just getting old, I don't know. Look at this fabulous tree here. Imagine this tree being 9-10 year old as a kid. The adventures you could have in there. Wow. It's pretty clean around here, I must admit. thought it would be in a wash with all the usuals. But every time I come here, it's always pretty busy. You could probably walk for miles, to be fair. But time is of the essence today on a bank holiday Monday. My dad's having a tough time at the moment with his mobility. So I'm going to go again there today and see if I can get him out for a bit of fresh air. Which helps. Helps everybody. I can just take you back to last night. At home, I can't watch. You do not wish to watch television. But every now and again when I'm out, I've got no fresh DVDs to watch. I stick on some TV. And there was a programme advertising television this morning called, sorry I'm trying to get my breath, Virgin Island, where for the sake of decency, let's call them contestants, 12 contestants who are virgins, hence the name of the show, Virgin Island. And obviously it was only a 30-second clip. I thought, is that what society's come to? Where you're a virgin. We've all been there, I suppose, where they have to put the heart on the sleeve and expose us at the national television in order to lose a virginity. I find it absolutely, I can't get the right word out, to be honest, or words. Why would you want to do that to yourself? But each to their own. I think that's what mainstream television's like now, though, isn't it? Has to create these shows. I don't know. I mean, these people who come up with these ideas, what do you think they do? They go to work on a Monday morning and sit around a table. Right, we're going to have a brainstorming session now. We need to come up with ideas for new shows. How about Virgin Island? How about getting 12 virgins together? Chuck them in a fancy house and get them to talk about that special moment afterwards without being there. About how you are a big man now, how you're a player because you've lost your virginity. I just think find it sad, like. It's one of the reasons why I don't prescribe or contribute towards mainstream television. It just crashes, isn't it? But anyway, that's just my thoughts. You know. Does your outlook change when you get older? Does your views, philosophy on life change? Of course it does. It's called getting older. Your brain changes. You need different things to stimulate you. Excuse me. But this is a cracking little walk. You could probably spend at least 2 nights here, really. But there's 3 car parks here. So I don't think you'd be stuck for somewhere to park overnight. But from about 9ish onwards rather, if I can get my words out, it was pretty quiet. I don't know which way to go. Let's go this way. Let's turn around, soak in this view. It's still early in the morning, like, so it's pretty quiet. I can imagine to get busy with the dog waters during the course of the day. So really, it just rounds off my bank holiday weekend. Well, it's been good to fair, if that makes sense. Excuse me. What was your weekend like? What did you do? Have you got a camper van? Where did you go? Did you cook? Or did you go out? Let me know. Have you got a cheeky little place that you go to? Your little escape from the madness of life? You know, I think everybody has to have a little escape. Your little go-to place, a few beers. It's good for the soul. I have some friends that I meet up with. Camperman fraternity. They live in Scotland, so I meet up with them now and again, which is good. Gives us opportunity to do a few bottle of wines in, put the world to rights, that sort of thing. It's good. What do you consider a good weekend in your camper van? Just park up and chill? Go to shows? I mean, show season's upon us now on our doorstep. I'd done a couple last year and I struggled, to be honest. I really struggled with them. I just found them very seriously overpriced for what you get. Fortune to get in. God, I seem to use money about money. It's not the case. Like £7 a pint. And you have to buy a plastic pint glass for £2. And obviously you take the pint glass back. Let's be honest, you never do you? Because it's got the little logo on the side and you keep it in your camper van. Is that clever marketing? Now I think this path is going to bring us out at one of the other car parks that I know in this venue. I hope so anyway. I'm just using my onboard compass to get us back. Whew. So people say to me, Dave, do you not get bored? You're not lonely? And I say to them, no, I'm not lonely. Would I mind some company? Yeah, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say, oh sorry, I'm not talking to you, I'm having an alone weekend. I'm not that ignorant. But the people you meet along the way and chat to is enough for me at the moment, you know. Right, so this looks like it's going to take us back up the main path. There's some description. Right, let's have a look. Trying to get me bearings. Right, I see a car park up there in the distance, but it isn't ours. But I think this one takes us onto that car park. This is the aforementioned car park. So I'm just going to keep quiet for the next couple of minutes. Ooh. Morning.
Morning.
It really is a fabulous little spot, this. If anybody's interested in staying over here, send me a message. I'll tell you exactly where it is. I enjoyed last week's stay over. Again, I've got that to put together and produce, so you should see that one before this one at Grover Rig Mine. Just popped up on Facebook. The other side of concert, Stanley in County Durham. I thought I'd go along and fantastic little place. Little wander around. Fabulous walks. So, I think we're back to the van. Yes. So that's us there. One thing that spoils about this place is dog owners. I haven't showed you because you don't see piles of shit, but I've seen bags of dog waste just hung up on trees, dropped at the side of the path. You know, why I do not know. So this is the car park I stayed in. Excuse me, my runny nose. That's us there. We'll take a little wander around. But the main road in is down here on the left. You can probably hear by the traffic. But there's another big car park behind us. I think that's the more popular of the two. Excuse me. I prefer to use the quieter ones, really. You know, it's like in your camper. For some reason, people have to park right beside you, slam their car doors. Not once, not twice. Oh, have you forgot the lead? Oh, have you forgot the dog bag? Slam. Oh, what about this? Slam. You know, must be a fabulous experience living next door to people like that. So this is another car park. Again, this could be used. I mean, looking at it, it could probably be the better of the two, because there's not so many. Well, there's a couple of paths leading off if you want a quieter night, you know. So we're at Walridge Fell, as the signpost says there, 100 walks, 100 stories. Now when I came a few weeks ago, that gate was just passed. No, I'm telling lies. This takes you around to another car park, and the gate there was blocked. Sorry, shut. Which is an ideal place. But there's a reason why they shut them. I mean, I think they're managed by the local authority, and obviously they've got to clean everybody's crap up. Oh well, tell a lie, this one's open. I could have stayed here last night. So a cracking spot. So this is their car park here. Dogs love this neck of the woods. So we're going to head back. But this is one to consider. I might try this one the next time. The only downside is with being extremely quiet is what I think of anyway, the security side of things. You park your van up. It's your whole world, isn't it? You don't want to get broken into. Your van's vulnerable in them situations. Or am I just overthinking things? But yeah, this one's open now. That's worth considering. So, we're going to head back to the van. I always like to finish, have a walk with a bit of a milky coffee, a latte, a mocha. We'll see when we get back. I just like to make coffee after a walk. Just sit on the step and just enjoy the last moments of being away. The birds singing in the background. Fabulous little spot. So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you can. Give us your comments. Cheers. See you later.